We are about to be 9 generations in, and there's still so many Pokemon typing combinations that we've never had before. And today I'm going to be showing you all the new type combinations that we're going to get in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There are a total of 18 different Pokemon types, and obviously we've seen combinations of pretty much every single typing, but there are still quite a few typings that we've never had before. After looking over all the new Pokemon being introduced in Scarlet and Violet, I was able to find 8 different Pokemon with unique typings that we've never seen before. And obviously the game comes out in a couple days, so this is still spoilers for a lot of people, so if you don't want to see spoilers, I recommend you maybe come back to this later on, but I will be showing you the new type combinations that we have for all the new Pokemon. So to start off, we have a normal and poison type, which was revealed in the previous trailer, and that of course is Grafaiai. Grafaiai evolves from Shroodle, and it is a poison normal type. Now, even though this Pokemon has a really cool design, it looks like it's going to be pretty bad. Its overall base stats are pretty awful. It's got horrible HP, it's got decent attack, horrible defense, kind of decent special attack, bad special defense, and it does have pretty fast speed. Now, despite its bad stats, it is a pretty good typing overall. Poison normal type is only weak to ground and psychic types. It's obviously immune to ghost types, and it does have a few resistances, but most things just do neutral damage to it. And Grafaiai is also going to get access to Unburden as an ability, Poison Touch, and Prankster is the hidden ability, which is actually a really good ability. The next unique typing that we've never seen before is Electric and Fighting type, and we're actually getting 2 new Pokemon introduced with this type. Well, I guess technically 3 new Fighting Electric types are being introduced, starting off with the Pawmi line. Pawmi is going to be just a regular electric type. It's going to evolve into Pawmo, which is electric fighting, and that's going to evolve into Pawmot. Pawmot has kind of decent stats. It basically just has a lot of attack and some decent speed. Its defenses are not very good though. And electric fighting is weak to ground, psychic, and fairy. It also has a decent amount of resistances, including rock, bug, steel, electric, and dark. And this Pokemon might actually be decent because of its abilities. It gets access to Volt Absorb, Natural Cure, and its hidden ability is Iron Fist. So I can see this being really good. Pokemon like this have like a lot of different punching moves, and they'll do a lot more damage with that ability, obviously. And the other electric fighting type that's being introduced in this generation here is Iron Hands, obviously the future form of Hariyama. And if you don't already know, these future and past forms have like insane stats. Iron Hands has massive HP, massive attack, really decent defense, horrible special attack, horrible special defense, and horrible speed. This thing is going to be a Trick Room nightmare. For the ability, it gets Quark Drive, which pretty much all the future forms have that. And what that does is it boosts the Pokemon's most proficient stat on electric terrain, or if the Pokemon is holding booster energy. And like I said, this thing is going to be a nightmare in Trick Room. And while we're on the topic of future and past forms, let's go back to the past and look at Great Tusk, the past form of Donphan. This is our first ground fighting type, which we've surprisingly never seen before. And when you look at what it's weak to, you might understand why we've never really seen it before. It's weak to flying, water, grass, psychic, ice, and fairy. It is immune from electric types and does have a couple resistances, but overall it seems like it's not a great typing. That being said, it has really good HP, attack, defense, and decent speed. Its special defense and special attack is not good at all. The ability is Photosynthesis, which is similar to what we just talked about, except this time the stats are boosted if you are in harsh sunlight or if you have the booster energy. Overall, I feel like this Pokemon is probably not going to be so great. And let's go back to the future or the present. You know, you get what I'm trying to say. It's going to be a new bug and dark type, and it is Nimble, which evolves into Lokix, the first ever bug dark type. I'm actually a pretty big fan of this Pokemon. I think it looks really cool, and it's a pretty cool typing overall. And like most bug types, its defenses aren't that great, but it does have high attack and high speed. And its 2 abilities are Swarm, and the hidden ability is Tinted Lens, which will boost non-effective moves. And they are weak to flying, rock, bug, fire, and fairy. The next Pokemon is a typing that I'm actually really excited for. It's our first ever grass and fire type, and that is Scovillain. Scovillain evolves from Capsakid, so it obviously starts off as a grass type, and then it gains that fire typing. And this Pokemon has really good attack and special attack. Its other stats are not so great. Grass fire types are obviously 4 times resistant to grass, and it is weak to flying, poison, and rock. It has a couple resistances in steel, electric, and fairy, and for most things it just takes normal damage. So overall, I feel like this is a really good typing if the Pokemon had decent stats. I don't think this thing has really great stats though. It does have some interesting abilities though. It gets access to Chlorophyll and Insomnia, and the hidden ability is Moody. Moody is never predictable, so it's always an interesting ability to have, but it'd be pretty cool to see this thing in competitive battling. And now we have our first ever fighting fairy type, and that is Iron Valiant, and it is obviously the future form of Gallade. And again, this thing has insane stats, and for whatever reason, compared to some of the other future forms, instead of having a total base stat of 570, it has a total base stat of 590. Crazy attack, crazy special attack, crazy speed. Overall, very offensive Pokemon. And again, it has the ability Quark Drive, which we talked about earlier. And overall, this typing doesn't seem that great. It's weak to a lot of things: flying, poison, steel, psychic, and fairy. It is immune to dragon types though, so that's pretty cool. But then again, so is every fairy type, so I don't know why I just said that. And the final newest typing combination that we're going to see in Scarlet and Violet is going to be Poison Steel, and this Pokemon has already been kind of revealed, and that is Reverum. Reverum evolves from Varoom, and it's going to be a Poison Steel type. Its best stat is attack, and it's kind of in that middle speed range. It has pretty good speed, but not faster than a lot of Pokemon, and I think this thing is going to have a lot of potential. It gets access to Overcoat, and its hidden ability is Filter, which reduces the damage taken from super effective hits. Now, when you take that ability and you combine it with its typing, this thing's going to be crazy, I feel like. It's only weak to 2 types. It's got a 4 times weakness towards ground types and a 2 times weakness towards fire types, which means really it's not going to have a lot of weaknesses. It's immune to poison, it's resistant to normal, flying, rock, steel, ice, and dragon, and it has a 4 times resistance to bug, grass, and fairy. So this typing with that ability by far makes this probably the best new typing combination that we're going to get in this game. But even though its defenses are kind of like average, its attack stat is crazy, and that ability really helps out with the typing combination. And that's it. That's all I've got. We've got 8 new Pokemon with different typings, it seems like. I probably missed one somewhere in there, so you can go ahead and flame me in the comments. I'm sure I missed one, or you know, maybe one of these typings we have seen in the past, but this is what I have. It's kind of hard to sift through like 900 Pokemon, but I think I got it right. Out of this list, let me know which one you're most excited for. For me, it's gotta be Reverum. I think that typing is insane, and I'm excited to see how good it's gonna be. As always, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I would really like to hit that. That'd be really nice. And like I said, I've just been dropping content every day. I'm gonna try to keep it up as Scarlet and Violet comes out. I'm gonna have videos on all the evolution methods, all that kind of stuff. And if there's anything about the game you want to see, anything you're confused about, let me know in the comments and I will make a video about it. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.